Day. Thank God it's Friday. And of course, Eid al-Fitr to all our Muslim faithfuls. I hope that, you get to have a great celebration. You get to enjoy, the whole day, knowing fully well that you have been fasting for, about 30 days. We just hope that, all of the things that you have prayed for, you have fasted for, that all of it will come to reality for you. The good ones, though, because I know that whether we like it or not, some people might be praying for some, wrong things. But hey, may the Almighty Allah accept all our ibadahs. May the Almighty Allah grant us our heart desires, and may He give us, the peace that we deserve, individually, as a community, as a state, and as a country too. In fact, as a nation. May Almighty Allah get to see us through our daily living. So yeah, hopefully we get to have the best of each. And by next year, when you're fasting, you'll be remembering a lot of the good things um, that Almighty Allah has done for you and has also provided for you. All right, so do well to join the conversation this morning because HerLens, it's where we discuss, dissect, and disagree on topical issues. Yes, my name is Rose Yusuf Kaiser, and of course, I'm not alone this morning. Fumi is here with me. Hi, Fumi. It's good to be back here again.
Morning, Rose again. How are you?
I'm good. I'm okay. I'm okay. So, quite a couple of things to talk about this morning, and some of them I was looking at it, and my eye was just shining like this, like yeah, in this 2026, in this our year of the Lord's year of 2026. I've had the Fumi put it earlier. Ah, it's happening. Okay. Quite a number of things to talk about this morning, but please do well to join the conversations by sending us WhatsApp messages to 070 or 08155 Let's get to hear from you this morning. It would definitely be good to do HerLens with you this morning. Yes, we had to give the ladies of HerLens a public holiday so that they could go come back refreshed and, get to hear all of their takes on the different issues that we'll be taking this morning. So, a lot of the issues we're taking this morning, I would not say serious over serious issues, but then these are things that are happening in our societies, okay? So first off, before we even get on to the one that happened in Delta, let's talk about the one in Ogun State, just right here. Earlier in the news, we read a headline of a lady who was 7 right here in Ogun State, who died from complications of
Mhm.
abortions.
I just
Yeah,
said, that's all I said. I couldn't, I was not able
that's
to.
all you said. Yeah, I remember. That's all you said, and you just moved on. And both of me, I was just like, and then we just said, and then we just moved on. So, and then I just picked it from there. I said, okay, since we didn't even say anything about it, let's even talk about it on HerLens. And maybe, because the full story itself, is still the man is still there. Nothing happened. So, we need to actually keep drawing our ears as young girls. Keep drawing your ears. Like, I don't know how else we want to do it, but we keep saying it until we get it right. All right. So now this young lady, right, who is 7 or who was 7, because as this is late right now, who was 7 in Ogun State, died, from complications of having an abortion. Now, this happened in Ogun State. And as it is right now, the LGI, all right, who was involved in this case, because he was alleged to be dating this young lady.
Romantically involved.
Yeah, he was
It
alleged
do
to be
be
romantically involved
involved. Yeah.
with this young lady.
Yeah.
Now, this is somebody this is somebody who came from, somewhere else to come to serve in Ogun State and was put under you
Your
for your
care.
care, for your protection, for your public guardians, for your uh, just for her coverage all through her 1 year, because you are like the first point of call if anything goes wrong where she's serving,
Yes.
she
Yes.
has issues, and all of that. Because I know for a fact that in our in women radio, our club members, if you touch them, you do them anyhow, you start hearing, we're gonna tell our AGI, we're gonna tell our
Yes.
AGI, this
Yes.
is my AGI, Sha. And quite
Yes.
frankly, when you call him to speak with him, he will first of all tell you to wait first. He will hear from the
From their
core members'
own.
point of view
Yeah.
first before he comes back and hear from the organization and then find the middle ground. And that's somebody who cares, because if he hears that no, they're not paying them well, they're not paying them, you will not
You
put
know
them
they
there.
hate
I've heard
them.
that story. So he's somebody that is really concerned. And I will say kudos to the LGI in Obafemi Owode local government, who have their secretariat here in the Oba's
Yeah.
Palace in Redeem Camp. Yeah, Redeem Camp. I think that's where they do their CDS and all. So, but for this one, this happened in Abeokuta South local government area. So now, according to the story, although the police has gotten involved, Ogun State NYT LGI police custody as female corps member dies after alleged abortion's complication. Now, an official of the National Youth Service Corps, NYC in Ogun State, Abbas Olalekan, has been detained by police following the death of a female corps member, Victoria Ario, in Abeokuta. Now, she was serving in Abeokuta South local government area, and she reportedly died on Tuesday after complications linked to a terminated pregnancy. Her remains have been buried at Kobakwe Cemetery along the Kobakwe Shagamu Road. Her death comes barely
After
a month
yeah.
after another core member, Adele and Mary, who served in the same local government area, died under mysterious circumstances.
Circumstances.
Ah, according to the report, Ario's death has sparked serious allegations against Olalekan, the local government inspector for Abeokuta South. He's accused of being romantically involved with the deceased, which with claims that the relationship led to pregnancy and its eventual termination. Now, a police source confirmed his arrest, stating that Olalekan is currently in custody of the state command headquarters in Eleweron. The source also questioned the propriety of the relationship between an official and a core member under his supervision. Ogun State Police spokesperson, DSP Olusheyi Babasheyi, confirmed that Ario's death is under investigation by the State Criminal Investigation Department, but did not comment on the arrest or allegation. Meanwhile, NYC in Ogun State has yet to issue an official arrest. But it's better come and issue, because this one is a life that was given to you to actually see through 1 year and then return it back to them. Because at the end of the day, the federal government entrusted you with their lives, to see that you are able to, cover their needs, at least the physical needs, their safety, and all of that, till they finish that 1 year and then you release them back to their parents. So now, this uncle, now, this is like the second death that is happening under him. And the first one, they said, is under mysterious circumstances. Now, these are the two that we know. How about others
That we don't
that
know.
maybe did not even remove the pregnancy? So that means there's a possibility that maybe he fathered some children. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. Let's leave that aside. Now, this man now, okay, that this lady has died, due to alleged, abortion complications. How many other ladies have gone through this and maybe have even aborted? And let's say they were successful in their abortions, yeah, and they have gone, and maybe later on there are complications. So that means if found to be true, this man has done a lot, and only God knows what he has said to them to lure them into all of these acts, into this line rather. So but at the end of the day, yeah, that's why we're bringing it here, because I think we need to be wise. We need to really be wise. There are a lot of things that are happening. There are a lot of things that, at least, I'm sure that, let me not say I'm sure, but before this girl, God bless her soul, she's late now. But before this girl went in to have any sort of, relationship with this man, if there was a relationship between them, I'm sure she must have heard that, oh, something, 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 because you know how news travels. So maybe there must have been some, oh, this man, I hear say in the follow girls. I hear say,
Oh no,
if you
for
not
sure.
do
She
this
has
one, you don't
somebody.
do this one, you
Yeah.
go. In go do this one. I hear say if you give body, in go do this one. I hear say one girl don't come up belly for him. I hear say one, this kind of news. Usha must have been going round. So is it that it didn't happen to come to her, or what exactly? Because sometimes it's our, how will I say it? Is us neglecting the things that are important. that actually puts us in danger. Fumi, what do you think about the story? Because I
I
mean,
mean,
I could just go ahead dissecting it and
no,
all.
I mean, I'm enjoying your dissection. There are plenty questions you're asking that we need to really, really answer. But I think even before that, historically, we know that when girls go for NYSC, this is not a strange occurrence.
Yeah,
And for me, I think it is a question about morals. And I'm not the morality police. I've done one or two crazy things in my life, right? So I'm not the morality. I'm just saying that as ladies, and I know I've said it before, whatever you do, the consequences are on you. This girl don't die now. Now she died. Her family members, she went to, so think about it, she went to university, to primary school, secondary school, university. She came out. We don't know how many years she waited before she went to uni. She comes out, she goes to university, service, and then the parents are waiting that when you start working, I'll start eating the fruit of my labor. She don't go, right? And it's just so sad. But I think that, like you rightly said, this LGI, it should be held because it's impossible for, if they say he was romantically involved, he was romantically involved. There's no two ways about it because people would have been noticing, even in the office, you notice when people are getting closer. And then you just
yeah.
start noticing when the closeness is looking even more
Mm,
suspicious. So, and it's possible that as a young girl, should have told one or two of her friends that he may at LG and dates, but when
mm,
it's my guy, right? So, and we've also seen girls go for NYSC and left NYC pregnant. Maybe it was somebody, maybe a teacher, the fellow teacher that had got her pregnant. Maybe the principal. The list is endless. It is a disease that needs to be killed. What's the solution? They should get to the bottom of the matter because this is now she. As long as you're an NYC person, you're a government property, right?
yeah.
So maybe they sort them together. I don't know. But on Monday, was it Monday or Tuesday? On Tuesday, on Radio Doctor, the doctor who came on, Dr. Ewan, was talking about STDs, and he was saying that STDs can cause, what was it? There's some, is it can no. There's some STDs that cannot be, is it reversible? So he was talking about if you have multiple partners, if you don't know if you don't know if your partner has been faithful to you or not, you will get that STD and it causes viruses that you have to be using drugs for. And when you were talking about this, that's what came to my mind because you don't even know where Mr. What's his name has been, Mr. Ojo or something. You don't know where the guy has been. You don't know if you're the only girl that he's servicing. Because men, they have sweet mouth. Oh, Yoruba man for that. Is a Yoruba man. Oh. There's a reason why they call Yoruba men Yoruba demons. Their mouth sweet, die. I'm married to one, though his mouth is no longer sweet.
So you know firsthand.
But I don't know if that one is familiarity. I'm not sure. But we've seen Yoruba guys. There's nothing they would have not told that babe. And then maybe I'll take care of you. Do now. This is where we are.
Mm,
It is a call to young girls. We're not saying say already your womb complications could arise if you're planning
yeah.
that when you get married you want to have children at some point. Like, be careful. That's it. Be careful.
The risk of you having it done and not losing your life, and the risk of you having it done and also having complications later in life, all of them is big at the end of the day. All of them is big. So there's a possibility that plenty people must have done it and they got away with it. Doesn't mean that if you do it, you get away with it.
Mhm.
And because we don't know who is getting away with it and who is not getting away with it, it's better to just run away from it. It's better to just run away from it. Now, for this particular person, I mean, you should have been the bigger person here. You're supposed to protect, you're supposed to cover, you are supposed to be like their hope, all right, when they come to you. But then again, this is what you tend to make the girls that are put under you go through. Now, only God knows how many have actually gone through these abortions and they have been saved.
Yeah.
Now, only we say when they reach our turn, he hook and now see where she see
Yeah.
where she ended.
Yeah.
So now it's left for us to actually pick this up and learn. Because last, like Fumi said, there are some men, not even let's not even say Yoruba men said, because man and man last. The ones that are good. The ones that are bad are bad. Inside the Yoruba men said that you're talking about, there are still angels inside that will treat you, and then even you yourself will be wondering, Where has why is this person been? So I mean, there are good men and there are bad men. So, but because you don't know who is who, you don't know what is written anybody's forehead. I mean, because it's not written on anybody's forehead, so you don't know the person's mind. And as far as this man is concerned, he let them just catch cruise with core members and come and go. Make it see the chop, they clean out. Because he must have probably come with, oh, I will post you to a very good, what do you call it? A good place to serve. I will give you a place that they'll be paying you a lot of money. So all of these things might just be coming up. But you yourself that know what you want to go and save. Why would you put yourself, or how would you let yourself go through that? So, well, at the end of the day, all we're just trying to point out here is that be wise, be very, very wise, because person will like you, no go make you go through plenty headache like this. Nah, even the person itself will be more concerned about where you end, because if you really like her, if you really did like her, you'll be more concerned of, oh, how can we make your serving place favorable for you? Oh, how can we do this? What's your plan after this? Do you intend to stay here? How can we, you get, even from the discussion self, you go know say, this person get my interest at heart. But when the person, all you want do when you see you now to gone body, make yourself know say this one now body day after. Because as they do unto you, they do unto another person. Hard pass like that. If all the person is thinking about when immediately he sees you is how to touch, is how to do this one, is how to do, please run away, because that's just it. Run away. Let's be very careful. We cannot
Yeah.
keep losing our lives as young girls as on these kinds of issues, because we should know better and we should do better. And like Fumi said, sometimes you would think that yes, you're the wisest one till you meet
No, I
one son of Eve.
I
So you meet one son of Eve now that will follow the same line that she followed when snake gave her apple to chop with sweet mouth. So you follow them now, you will now go and land somewhere else. So we need to be careful, and we're hoping that the police gets to investigate it deeper, and they get to the root of this, and then so that at least we don't have people died under mysterious circumstances. We don't still have, because for all we know now, for me, God forbid, though, but this same man now, if he come back to that same position, sit down, nothing happen. So let's hope that
Nigeria, that one I know Martin.
So let's hope that that does not happen. Let's hope that, her death will be a lesson to a lot of people, to a lot of young girls, that we get to learn from this, and her story will not just be a waste. And it will be like, a warning song or a warning bell to our young ladies who go to that probably local government or in any place at all that you are sent to. Now,
I
service
think
the
I
same.
want to put something, Rose, if you,
Yeah.
before you move on to the next, is that I think that parents need to start releasing their hold a little bit on their children. Let me explain.
Hmm.
I believe that the reason why a lot of young girls, young guys go wild is because they've been at home where there was no freedom, so to speak. They were sheltered. They don't allow them to have experiences. I know that the world is wicked. I do, but in terms of allow your children make some decisions for themselves, because what we've seen is when children leave the four walls of their home, they go wild. And sometimes the wildness, you cannot control it. So this is also a call to parents that have conversations with your children as well. Let your children be safe enough to tell you stuff. Let them be safe enough to confide in you. And that way you can also give them counter to be like, oh no, like I mean, away with, oh, if a boy touches you, you're going to get pregnant. Well, in 2026, if a boy touches me, I am not going to get pregnant. Let's just call it like that. Or if you do this, if you sleep with a boy, you get pregnant. I mean, sometimes you might not, sometimes you might. Let's leave the fear, because I feel like the fear is also what pushes a lot of people to do these bad things. Like, let me even try this thing that my parents say I should
Mm,
not do. That's what I wanted to add.
yeah, you're definitely right. So I just hope
And,
that we're
and,
able
and
to.
I'm sorry, I'm on a roll now. And fathers, please, I want to use God to beg you. I think that one of the reasons why we're having a lot of girls seeking validation from outside, because they don't get validation at home. Their dads. I know that there are people who come from single mother homes and things like that. Maybe your dad is late, but I think that whoever is the male figure in your life, safe male figure, trusted male figure in your life, there's a huge responsibility for fathers to, but make sure that they create a safe environment. Give your daughters good experiences. So one guy will not come and bubble her, giving her, say, "Oh, let me take you out to go and eat amalang pomo," and then that will just make her lose her senses. No, try as much as possible within the budget that you have to give your children, especially the girl child who seem to be the most vulnerable, these experiences, so that somebody will not come and bubble them in future. I may or may not be talking from experience, but let's leave it like that.
Thank you very much, Fumi, for adding that. Yeah, parents do have a role to play in this, and I'm just hoping that we get to understand that we have a bigger role to play. All right, so yes, it's about 9:30 right here on Webed Radio WFM 91.7, and this is the program HerLens, where we discuss, dissect, and disagree on topical issues. My name is Rose. Fumi is here with me too. Do well to dial the numbers 07000 917 917. Go ahead and dial the number 0809155 917 917. Send us WhatsApp messages to 070 317 56537. All right, let's quickly look at something scary, from
You.
Delta State. So I'm just hoping that maybe this not just, maybe something that used to happen before. But in 2026, yeah. Mm, okay. So now, there's a disturbing video that came from Delta States, Ozoro Delta States, where, so if you're from Delta State, please call in and let us know whether this is still what is happening.
Yeah.
If you're from Delta States, please, or maybe you've lived in Delta State for so long, and just let us know if this is really still happening or not, or maybe it was something that used to happen before. So
Mhm.
now, in Ozoro Delta State, they used to, or rather, let me say, there is a traditional worship. That's why I said, please, if you're from Delta State, let us know. It's a traditional worship of the Aluedo, I hope I got that right, Aluedo deity. All right, now, when this time comes for this traditional worship, it requires that women remain indoors. All
Mhm.
right, so
We had a
let
similar
women
one
are not.
in Yoruba area too. I think it's Oro Festival. They tell them to stay indoors.
Yeah, well, first of all, and I remember when we used to live we used to live at Aja, years ago. I think I was still in primary school, so when we used to
Mhm.
live at Aja, um, there used to be one festival when they do from, I think, 7 p.m. or 6 p.m.
Yeah.
They don't want to see anybody outside. So if they see
Mm.
you outside, don't all scapegoats. They go just fine, no see.
What did
So,
they
but
should
this
beat
was not
you now? This one is rape. Jesus.
this one, eh? And the thing is, if they see a woman outside from 12 noon, not evening, no, 12 noon, daytime, the bright and sunny daytime. Once that festival is going on, or once that tradition is going on, once they see a woman between that time, you come out between that time, just know that you have given yourself up for molestation, for rape, and
Mhm.
till the thing where they want to with you, now they go do.
Mhm.
So that in itself is scary. Ah, so if I have a visitor who comes into town and does not know about this, and by
That's
any
it.
chance she's out at 12 noon,
Mhm.
and then this tradition is going on, or this traditional worship is going on, so
Mhm.
that's the end of it.
Mhm.
She gets molested, she gets raped. In fact, it's as good as saying that you have given yourself up to whatever happens.
Mhm.
And the video we're looking at, on this particular, case that made us to bring this up, it's not even funny at all. And the voice notes that comes after this, ah, no. In this our 2026 like this, why are we still holding on to such traditions? Well, even if we're holding on to such traditions, at least, why not remove the part of rape and molesting? What has that got to do? What has raping girls or molesting girls have to do with the worship of that deity? I don't know if you understand what I'm saying for me. What
100%. I
what
do.
connection does that have? So does that please the gods, or does that please the deity to see that a woman is being raped?
Mhm.
You understand? Does that please the people that are doing all of the traditional worship? That, oh, the girls that are seen by them are being molested. Do you understand what I'm saying?
You do,
So
yeah.
what's the connection between you raping the woman or molesting the woman because she's out at 12 noon? If you say you want to carry her and maybe go and sacrifice, maybe you cut her neck, use her blood or something, something, then maybe, we understand that it's traditional worship. But why the rape? Not to say that they came to go, but at least that one, you know that it is directly connected to traditional deity worship. But what
Mhm.
has rape and molestation
Mhm.
got to do with traditional worship? How does that please? How does that? I don't know.
Because the heart of man, like the Bible says, is desperately, and that's how you know that men are actually, or a lot of men, human beings are actually depraved and deranged. That's the only thing I can say, because it's possible that you have been waiting to do that all your life. Also, like, if you have morals, if they taught you well, regardless of that tradition, should you rape somebody? That could be your sister, that could be your cousin, that could be your auntie, that could be your mother, and you're not thinking about that. No, people are wicked. There's no there's no two ways about it. It's just huge wickedness of the highest order. Wicked, wicked, evil. What's the worst word? What's the other word that is worse than wicked? I don't know. Evil, deranged, depraved, the everything. God, I beg.
So let's even leave the part of say the girl was out, she was more molested, raped. You, the human being that is doing it, where were you raised? You, the person that is molesting and doing the raping, where you come from? Who born you? Who raised you? Who teach you? So if that tradition is permitting this kind of thing, then what kind of people are are in that community?
Mm-hmm.
Do you understand?
Mm-hmm.
So if for now I hear that, oh, there's a certain young man that is from that community and my daughter wants to get married to that man from that community, in my head, all of them are not wed. They are not okay. You cannot go there and marry somebody that is not fine. Because if maybe he was given the chance and he happens to find himself where the tradition is, that means he might actually be among those that would rape another person. Do you get? So how were these men raised? Because at the end of the day, this is a tradition that is clearly giving the boys or the men in that particular community the effrontery and giving them all the backing to do all the nonsense they want to do. How did we get here? I mean, even if the forefathers were doing it, fine, but this is 2026. Shouldn't you know better? And the excuse of saying that, oh, she's not, that means the excuse of saying, oh, she's not properly dressed, she's this, that one not even hold water. Because that means even if you cover from head to toe, your eyes outside, they see you outside, they go still do the same thing to you. So it's not even the issue of you getting dressed or not, or being dressed properly or not being
Those
dressed
girls were
properly.
wearing jeans, so they will remove trouser, they will remove underwear. Hey, God, Abasimbom, I cannot. It's too much.
And why do we always take the
The bad
slightest
side of
chance?
it. Yeah.
Why do we always take the slightest chance to want to abuse, molest, or even rape a girl? Do you understand? Why
Mhm.
do we take the slightest chance or opportunity to do so? Is it because you feel you are more powerful? Is it because you feel, oh, she's helpless? Is it because you feel, oh, you have the rights and I don't know. But a lot is just going on. And it's sad that in 2026, we're also seeing this happen in Nigeria. So it's more like you're taking 3 steps forward and then you're not being pulled back. And before we know it, we're taking another 5 steps backward. Because as far as I'm concerned, this is way back. So where are all the women associations that come from this community? That's why I said if you are in this community, or if you know that this used to happen or is still happening, please call in or send us a WhatsApp message. Let us know. Let us get to understand. So people that come from this community, how come up to now where you people have not sat down together to look at this tradition? Okay, maybe it's because your own daughters maybe don't stay in that community. So what if they have it? Like I said, what if they have a visitor who comes in? Then what happens? So as part of it, it was a student association, yeah, that was warning their own students not to go out at social time because of this tradition. Now you can imagine students who would go to that